All right, I'm on a couple minutes early. I want to make sure that the volume is working. If anyone who is live would comment and say something like, I can hear you, I can see you, that'd be great, so we can do a little sound test. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Hello, I have a comment. Could you let me know, can you hear me? I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. I'm checking on my volume right now. And while we're waiting, because I'm guessing that some friends are still waiting to join. Oh, good, you can hear me in Clarendon Hills, Illinois. Hello, happy Dot Day. I'm going to do a little warm-up song for you. If you know this song, friends, I bet you'll know it. So if you do, sing along. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, my friend, how much I like you. Please don't take my sunshine away. All right, if you are tuning in today, we're going to be singing all about one of my favorite books, The Dot, in just 3 minutes, but I got on early because I wanted to do a little sound check and make sure that everyone can see me and hear me. So, if you are waiting, and if you have ever read the book The Dot, touch your head. I've read the book The Dot. I love The Dot so much. I've been singing about it for a long time. I'm excited to share about it today. So let's sing my sound check song, my warm-up song one more time together. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, my friends, how much I like you. Please don't take my sunshine away. We have friends here from Michigan. Hello, Michigan. We have friends in Illinois. If any teachers are at a computer and can write me a message, you can share where you're at. I'd love to know where you are. I know we'll have some friends joining from all across the country today. It's different time zones in different places. Where I am, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. That's why we're singing a sunshine song. Although I did see the moon in the sky this morning. Did everybody else see that? All right, we have 1 minute until we start singing and reading about The Dot, one of my favorite books. We have some other friends who are tuning in from Saline, Michigan. That's cool. 2 schools from Michigan. You can hear me in Reynoldsburg, Ohio at Herbert Mills Steam Elementary. Hi, guys. Ohio and Michigan. Hello from Hollywood. Hi. I recognize some of these schools. All right, let's sing our warm-up one more time. We're all getting our voices ready because we have 1 minute until we get started. Hello from Hilliard, from Stevensville, Michigan. We have friends from Peculiar. I recognize so many of these schools. Hello, Mr. Stafford. Lots of Ohio. OH. Happy Dot Day from Hilliard. Happy Dot Day, everybody. Oh, you know what? It is time, so we don't have to do our warm-ups anymore. Let's get started. I can see that we even have friends in from Taiwan. Oh, my goodness. Hello, hello, Emily Arrow, hello. That's me, and this is my ukulele named Bow, like bow and arrow. And if we've never met before, then I'll share a little bit about me. I love to write songs about books because I love reading so much. If you also love to read, touch your nose. I bet a lot of us love to read. That's why we tuned in today. And a few more, I want to say some shout outs because I see lots of friends on here. Friends in Puerto Rico, friends in Henrietta, New York, friends in South Texas, Middletown, Ohio, Mississippi. Please say hi to Miss Ybarra's class. Hello, Miss Ybarra's class. Mount Pleasant, Ontario. Wow, we have folks all over the place. So that is one thing that I love about the book, The Dot, because people are reading it all over the place, all over the whole world. And this is the very first book that I ever wrote a song about. And I wrote the song about the book, The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. If you've ever heard of Peter H. Reynolds before, touch your head. He is one of my favorite authors. And what do we call the person who makes the art in a book? The illustrator. He's the illustrator too. So he wrote and illustrated this book. And this was the very first book I ever wrote a song about because I was a music teacher at a school a lot like yours. Maybe you have a music teacher, maybe you have an art teacher or a librarian. That's what I was doing when I came across the book, The Dot. And I love to write songs. So when I read this book, I thought, I have to write a song about this because my students love it. My students in kindergarten love it. My students in 6th grade love it. We all love this book, so we should have a song about it. So then when I wrote my song about the dot, I shared it with Peter Reynolds, and he said, I love it. You should post it anywhere you want and share it with the world. So I created a YouTube video that maybe you've seen with some motions, and we're going to practice those too. So let's start with a song to see if you can hear me first. If you can hear me, touch your head. If you can hear me, blink your eyes. If you can hear me, air high five. High five. And if you can hear me, clap 3 times. 2 thumbs up if you're ready to sing. Imagine there's a book in your hands to read. Open it up, say hello friends. Hello friends. Story time, sing along starts again. And we have friends now who are logged in from Wales in the UK. We have friends in Ottawa. We have friends at Ballard School in Iowa. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in this morning. I'm going to read through a few of my favorite pages from the dot. Then we'll practice the dot hand movements. Then we'll sing the dot song and talk a little bit more about why the dot is so special to me. Happy Dot Day in Van Meter, Iowa. Happy Dot Day, everybody. All right, let's get started. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. I love this page because on here, Vashti's so frustrated. She can't even make a little mark on her page because she doesn't know what to make. And she thinks, I just can't draw. And then her teacher says, just make a mark and see where it takes you. So she picks up her pen and she goes, there, and makes a dot. And then the next day, her teacher says, okay, now sign your name. And the next day, when she comes back to school, her teacher has put her dot in a shiny frame. And she thinks, I can make a better dot than that. So she starts making all kinds of dots. And one of my favorite pages is this one, where she makes a dot by not making a dot, which is so interesting. A whole dot gallery until one little kid comes down and says, I wish I could make art too. And she says, you can, just try. Make even a little squiggle and see what happens. And then sign your name. You got it. And I think art is a lot like music sometimes. When I started playing music, I started playing a different instrument than this instrument. I played the piano. And when I was playing the piano, sometimes I would get really frustrated and it wouldn't sound like what I wanted it to sound like in my ears. If anyone's ever played an instrument before, touch your head. A lot of us, I bet, have. And then after I tried a couple more times and a couple more times, then I could start making the sounds that I was imagining in my mind. But the whole time, I do love making sounds and making music, just like I think Vashti loves making art. So let's try the dot song. And for the dot song, we need some movement, just like this. First, we wait, 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 then we clap, clap. So let's try that. Here we go. Wait, 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 clap, clap, wait, 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 clap, clap, wait, 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 clap, clap, wait, wait, and clap, clap. Nice. Now get your empty papers out. This is your flat, empty paper. An empty paper, 2 claps. Now make polar bear paws, like a polar bear, and then you're gonna make it snow. In a snowstorm. Get your looking hand ready. We're gonna look that way first. And if you already know this, just stay along with me while we're reviewing the motions because we'll sing it with Bo after this. See where it takes you. 2 claps in the middle. Looking hand other way. See where it takes you. You got it. Let's review. An empty paper. Clap, clap. Like a polar bear in a snowstorm. See where it takes you. Clap, clap. See where it takes you. Let's add bow. Here we go. An empty paper. Clap, clap. Like a polar bear in a snowstorm. See where it takes you. Clap, clap. Other way. See where it takes you. Now let's get ready. I bet you already know this part, but show me your stretched out fingers, and we're making dots as if there was paint on our hands, and we were going. When you make a mark, make a mark, all you gotta do is start. Now paint a dot, and watch it splatter. Make a mark. And this time we make a big dot with both of our hands. Make it matter. Again, make it matter. And since I have no one in the room next to me, I have a lot of space, so be careful about the friends who might be near you. So you can make a dot like this, staying in your own bubble. All right, let's try from when you make a mark. When you make a mark, make a mark, all you gotta do is start. Paint a dot, watch it splatter. Make a mark, make it matter. Make it matter. And then we wait, clap, clap, wait, clap, clap, wait, then we clap, clap. Now for this part, when I start singing, you're going to sign your name in the air with an imaginary pencil as many times as you possibly can. So mine looks like this. Emily, Arrow. And I would do that so many times as I possibly could until I say freeze. So get your imaginary pencils ready. On your mark, get set, sign your name. I want to see you sign it. Keep going. Put your signature at the bottom. See where it takes you. See where it takes you. Freeze. If you sign your name at least one time, touch your shoulders. I bet you did. I did. Everyone saw mine. Now keep showing that you sign your name more times by keeping touching your shoulders if you sign your name at least 3 times. 5 times? 10 times? We have some speedy writers here this morning. I want to say some hellos because there are a lot of friends joining us. We have some friends at Northern Hills Pre-K at Parkland. We have some friends in Onalaska, Wisconsin. We have some friends in Clarksville. We have some friends in Mrs. Morris's class. Hello. Thank you everyone for joining in. I can see something neat. It shows me the number 66. There are 66 maybe schools or families tuning in today. Thank you all for watching. Oh, and Mrs. Himmelgarn. Hi, guys. All right, back to when you make a mark. Hands ready. When you make a mark, make a mark, all you gotta do is start. Paint a dot and watch it splatter. Make a mark, make it matter. Make it matter. So we already talked about how my first instrument was the piano, but is this a piano? This is an ukulele. Can everyone say ukulele? Ukulele. I pronounce it like ukulele because that is how you pronounce ukulele in Hawaii. And that's where ukuleles came from. So I began playing ukulele because one of my friends taught me. Just like Vashti's friend, or just like Vashti taught her friend in the story. And it's so special to me because I play almost all of my songs with just 4 shapes. This is a C shape, this is an F shape, this is a G shape, and this is an A minor shape. And when I move my hands, I strum with my other hand to make the sounds. And just just like in the story, I had help learning how to move my hands. And that's something that's special about art and music, that when you work together, you can learn lots of things and make your own songs and art. So let's try now the part that goes when somebody else thinks they can't draw a line. And when somebody else thinks they can't draw a line, remember that you can help. Below that squiggle, help them sign. Now this time, in super slowest motion ever, sign your name one time. Very slowly sign your name and see how far you get until I say please. When you make a mark, make a mark, all you gotta do is start. Paint a dot and watch it splatter. Make a mark, make it matter, make it matter. Now I want to know some things about you. So if you've been creating dots at school, or you're going to be creating dots this week, touch your shoulders. I bet a lot of you have been creating dots. And when I create art like that, I feel like I'm part of something. I bet you're putting your dots somewhere special so you can all see them. You can see everyone else's dots. And when I make art, I also feel calm and peaceful. If you also feel calm and peaceful when you make art, touch your head. That's a cool thing about art, just like it's a cool thing about music. And when I read stories, I also feel calm and peaceful. So I really love getting to celebrate the dot because we get to read, we get to make art, we get to sing, we get to do all of the things. So let's sing one more time all together, When You Make a Mark, about one of my favorite books by Peter Reynolds, The Dot. Here we go, one more time. When you make a mark, make a mark, all you gotta do is start. Paint a dot, watch it splatter. Make a mark, make it matter, make it matter. When we wait, clap, clap, wait, clap, clap, wait, clap, clap. Last one, wait, clap, clap. Woo! Give yourselves a round of applause. Nice job singing and moving along, everybody. And now I want to share a little bit more with you about why I created The Dot and how I create songs. So when I read the book The Dot, I decided, I love this book. I've got to write a song about it. So the first thing that I did was I read the title. Everyone out loud. What's the title of this book? The Dot. You got it. How many words are in this title? Show me with your hands. The Dot. 2. And one of my kind of rules in songwriting, even though it's okay to break this rule, is when you're writing a song, the title usually should be 5 words or less. So if this book was called The Dot, that was orange, and Vashti made it, that would be way more than 5 words. So since it's The Dot, it's a really nice title to be able to sing in the middle of a song or to use for a song. So when I was creating The Dot song, I thought, what's the important message in here? And I think the most important message is make a mark and see where it takes you. Or make a dot. And then I thought, make a dot and watch it splatter, because I wanted to rhyme with make it matter. So I thought of make it matter first, and then I thought, what rhymes with matter? Hatter? Splatter. I could make a dot splatter. And rhyming is really important when you're creating a song because that helps your mind remember how the song goes. If you have rhymes, then you can think, ooh, I know what comes next because it rhymes with those words. So the next thing I did was I tried to add music, and I bet I tried some different sounds. Is this a spooky book? No, it's not very spooky. But if it was, I might make kind of a scary sound like this. Is this a very sad, slow book? No. But if it was, I would have made a sound like this. since this book is meaningful, it's about friendship, it's about art, it's about being brave and going out there and trying to make something, I thought, I think this is what that sounds like. And then I decided, let me start at the beginning of the story. Vashti's sitting there looking at an empty paper. And one of my very favorite lines in the book is like a polar bear in a snowstorm. I think that's such a funny way of looking at a blank paper. And speaking of a blank paper, when I started writing this song, I was looking at a polar bear in a snowstorm, a blank page. And sometimes when I just get started, just like Vashti, I think, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if this is going to sound the way that I want it to sound. I don't know if I can turn this book into a song. And that's when a book like this really helps me remember, I can do it if I just get started, if I just try a little chord, if I just keep going, if I could just get to the end of making that song, then I can get there. Then maybe I'll really like it. And that is how I wrote the Dot song. So now, before it's time to go, I want to sing about another one of my favorite books that's illustrated by Peter Reynolds called I Am Yoga. And I forgot to grab it from my shelf, and my shelf is so far away right now. So you probably know this book. You could also watch the song on my YouTube channel. And let's try a little bit of this with our arms stretched out. It goes, I am yoga. And then we sit very calmly, still and calm. I am yoga. Then we sit up straight, sitting tall, sitting right where you are. I am yoga. Breathe out, breathe in. We're going to take a breath. And now imagine that you have dots on each of your fingers and you're going to spin the dots around. When the world spins, spins, my heart opens again. I am so grateful that there are authors out there like Peter Reynolds making books like The Dot. And I am so grateful that we can make our own art and our own stories too. So I hope that this week you spend some time making a dot, making some music maybe, writing your own stories. I hope that you have a wonderful International Dot Day. Let's sing the Dot song one more time before it's time to go. When you make a mark, make a mark, all you gotta do is start. Paint a dot and watch it splatter. Make a mark, make it matter, make it matter. It's time to go, Emily Arrow, time to go. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome International Dot Day, wherever you are in the world today. Thanks for tuning in from all over the place. I really appreciate it because it's way more fun knowing that you're here singing with me.